Welcome to a new week. I have some sales to package from the weekend. I have actually 6 sales from Saturday and 1 that came through overnight. So 7 total, 2 Poshmark, 4 eBay, and a Curtsy. So let's get started. First sale that came through was one I was selling for my mom. This is a body lotion. I guess this is one of those like body lotions that they have in Disney resorts. So she said she was pretty certain this would sell. She gave me like a bunch of an open beauty products list because obviously this is the time of year a lot of that stuff will sell well too. So this had only been listed 5 days and it sold for my full asking price on Poshmark of $25. So after fees, my mom gets 20 bucks. Not bad. Next, I had a full price sale on eBay, which is pretty exciting. And I feel like I had 3 full price sales on eBay, which never happens. So this is a pair of pajamas. I feel like pajamas are selling really well for me right now, which I'm not super surprised with the time of year. This is a navy blue pair of Laura Ashley pajamas. They're a medium, so it's like a button-up top, and then it's a long, like, is it jogger or no? It's a wide leg. It's more of a wide leg. They're really soft. Now I kind of paid up for these. I paid $5.99. I thought these were an older Laura Ashley tag, but I think this one that's black is more of the newer line that you can find in like a TJ Maxx and stuff. So they weren't worth as much as I was hoping. These were listed for 61 days and they sold for my full asking price on eBay of $20. So I made $9.92. The next item is actually a plush. It's my first plush I feel like I've sold. I've been trying to encourage Phoebe to maybe declutter a little. Wishful thinking. She did pick a couple stuffies to give to another kid. So I'm actually listing them, and anything that sells, we're gonna put in her savings account. So she made her first sale. She doesn't even know. And this sold pretty fast in 5 days. It's a pillow pet. My brother had given her this. It's, I think, the dinosaur from Jurassic Park. I don't even know if she's ever really used it. It has just sat in the corner of her bed, basically untouched. Listed only 5 days. There was a bunch of these that were brand new that weren't listed very high. So since this one is like, doesn't have its tag or anything, I listed it for $13.99 and it sold, and she gets $10.33. So she's a business lady now. Next is a personal item from my collection. This is actually a puffer vest. One of the reasons I never wore this is I realized I didn't like my puffer vest having a hood. This is actually from Abercrombie & Fitch. Scott and I bought this so many years ago. We might have been living in our first apartment. It's been that long. It's a size large. Now it's really nice. Very little wear on it. I didn't wear it that much. It wasn't down, so I didn't expect a lot from it. It was listed 59 days with 0 interest. So when I got a $19 offer on eBay yesterday, I accepted, so I made $15.22. I forget, that might have been like a birthday gift or something. I forget. Like, there was a reason we got that. We've been like looking at it in the mall and went back for it. I forget. Scott might remember. Scott, if you remember, you can leave it in the comments. This next sale is one of my favorite things I've found in a while. This sold on Curtsy. I found this at Goodwill, and it's this completely sheer, like, duster length tie front. I'm gonna guess it's probably considered a lingerie piece. This is from My Michelle, which is a very popular 90s era brand. I was so excited when I found this. Made in the USA. I did pay $6.99 for it at Goodwill, but because of the piece, like, you know, I love my vintage. It was only listed 12 days. On Curtsy, I got a $24 offer, which I accepted, so I made $13.95. Next is a Poshmark sale. This is actually something my dad found at a yard sale. This is actually a pair of patent leather shoes from SAS. They've never been worn. They are brand new. I think at the yard sale, they were priced at $10. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I wouldn't pay more than $5, so somehow he got them for $5. Yeah, like they literally still have a sticker on the bottom. 52 days these were listed. I had someone lowball me on Poshmark. We went back and forth a couple of times countering. Finally, I did accept their $32 offer, so I made $20.60. All right, the last sale, that was a full price sale that came through overnight. I got this the same Goodwill trip as that My Michelle, and this is a blue open front cardigan, and it is the Chico's Travelers line. I do think this is their older Travelers line, this tag. It is a size 2. It's like a royal blue slinky knit. This was $3. It was the half price tag at Goodwill. It was only listed 6 days, sold for my full asking price of $19.99, so I made $12.81. Good morning. Yesterday was really quiet. I just had that one Chico's cardigan sell overnight, but I did make another sale overnight. I had gone through my Macari over the weekend, and I had just like put a couple things on sale that I felt like might get some extra eyes on them, and one of them sold for my sale price, and I was very excited because this is a really good sale. So we have a pair of denim here. This is from Good American, and this is one of their, like, I forget what this line is called, but it can fit multiple sizes. So this is a 14 through an 18. And this is kind of like a straight leg pair. These have gotten a lot of attention, but they did take a while to sell. However, I would still pick them up. In my experience, I have sold Good American for a lot of money every single time. Sometimes it moves slower. These sales numbers, I'm okay with it not selling super quickly. These jeans had actually been the half price tag at a local thrift shop, so they were only $4.50. So I was very comfortable paying that much. They were listed 126 days. My sale price on Mercari was $43.74, and that's what they sold for. And Mercari doesn't have a lot of fees, so wound up with a profit of $34.04. So like I said, they moved a little slower. However, with that profit, I'm comfortable picking up this brand. So let me know, how are you guys handling Good American? I made a really good eBay sale while I was at Dollar Tree today. Let me tell you, not only did I not realize that most of Dollar Tree went up to $1.75, I felt like they were just at the $1.50 mark, but like just the immense amount of like expensive things there. And it's like, it's not that I care about paying more for something, but like if the quality's not increasing, like I'm going to go to like Five Below and get the same thing for a better price. It's crazy. This just sold. Let's get into it. This is, first of all, so wrinkly right now. Oh my goodness. This is a top from Reformation. Let me tell you, first of all, this is so wrinkly. Maybe I should give it a good shake out. It's just this white crop top. It's 100% viscose. I don't understand the hype and price point around Reformation. This is the first time I found a Reformation piece and I was just like, huh, that's it. Like this one isn't even in that, it's not in perfect condition. Like I definitely had to disclose that there were some marks and stuff. And like, even with Reformation, like I had never seen this tag before. I was trying to authenticate it and it seemed like based on like all of these tags inside, it was authentic, but I couldn't find this specific piece anywhere. And I don't know, it doesn't feel like that substantial of a piece of clothing. Not long after I found this, I had found a pair of pants and those pants sold pretty quickly. So I was kind of concerned that like this was gonna be sitting for a while and I was like, oh no, and I paid up for it. This was $8.99 at Goodwill. So Goodwill knew what they had because it doesn't feel like Shein, but I don't know, it doesn't feel all that amazing. So I don't get the Reformation hype. This was listed 66 words. It was listed 66 days. And someone watched it on eBay. So I've been sending 5% offers, which was accepted. So someone got this for $42.74, which is just wild to me. I made a profit of $26.79. You know, I've been hearing people saying like they skip a lot and they'll only pick up more substantial pieces, but like to me, this is the least substantial thing I've ever seen and it sold for over $40. So I would say it's still doing well and it's an extra small. It's not even like a big size. Like it is what it is. And I am not going to complain. I ran my first auction on eBay because I had something that I didn't know what the value was. So I kind of guessed the price and made an auction. So this is actually an item my parents had found while cleaning out a closet in their house. And it's something that's mine, or was mine, I should say now. It was never opened when I was a kid. And I don't know how that happened, but this is a like vintage 90s unopened Lisa Frank kit. And I couldn't find anything like this one specifically. And it's like holiday themed. It's got the erasers, it's got stickers, it's got a pencil, it's got a little holder. Really in very good condition. I must have gotten it like in a stocking and just like in all the chaos it got put aside and never opened. And I know vintage unopened Lisa Frank does do really well. I couldn't find anything like this kit though. And some Lisa Frank sold for a little, some sold for a lot, and I just didn't know what to price this at. So what I did was I set it at $20 on eBay and I set a 1 week long auction. I did get 4 bids and it wound up selling for $23.50. So I wound up making $19.19 on this one. And I just thought this was so cool. And I felt like this was the perfect opportunity to use an auction because I just didn't know how to value something like this. I have a bunch of orders to package and take to the post office this morning. Don't mind me. I still have a virus from whatever Phoebe had last week. I have a migraine, so it's like a little bit of everything right now, but I have 4 orders that I made of my inventory and then actually 2 items that my parents gave me to sell, and they are toys. So I'll show you those after I go through the other things. First item here sold in a sale. It's like a 1-day sale I set up on eBay. I marked a bunch of like unseasonal items, non-seasonal items, 30% off. And this was one of the items that sold, and it is a nightgown. Again, I feel like I am selling a lot of pajamas right now. So it's a blue floral short sleeve nightgown. So again, not the most seasonal. This is from the Soma Cool Nights collection, which it does seem to sell for me. It is a size XL, and I had sourced this for $4.95 at Goodwill. It was listed 62 days, and it did sell in my sale yesterday for $16.49, so I made $8.13. Next is a pretty small sale, and I took a lower offer on this because, again, I want to move inventory. I've already made my money back on this yard sale that we got this from. So this was from a yard sale where I bought a bunch of kids' items. My average cost of goods for each item was $2.08. This one's been sitting 141 days. I got a $10 offer on Poshmark today, which I accepted. So I made $4.95. So this is a little girl's, it's actually new with tag T collection. And it's this like cowl neck geometric dress. It's a girl's size. So I'm glad to see this getting a home. Okay, this next sale is so concerning to me. So this is a Mercari sale, and it's a full price sale at Mercari, which I never get. I feel like I always get offers or send offers that are accepted. But the only reason I saw this sale came through was because I had sold something for my parents that like an offer came through, and I saw this item in my solds. Never got a notification from Mercari, never got an email from Mercari. So luckily I saw that this sold. Because not only that, like the one thing with Vendoo is like the Mercari connection isn't there. So Vendoo doesn't pick up Mercari sales. Mercari's like my trouble child. All right, so this here sold. This is a hooded flannel top, very seasonal. And this is, does it even show on the front? Yeah, this is from, you see it there, Carhartt. It's a woman's size medium. Honestly, if this had been a large, I might have kept it for myself. It does have a lot of like fading from washwear, but it didn't have any holes or stains. I had sourced this for $4.99. It's been listed 48 days. And like I said, it sold on Mercari for my full asking price, which was $25. So I made $16.78. This migraine is migraining. This next item is actually the outfit Phoebe wore in our holiday card photos for last year. So it's a two-piece outfit. So this is the shirt. It's got these little embroidered bows. I think there was a stain on it. So we bought this on Facebook Marketplace as is. And I feel like there was like a mark on the back, but it has this little jumper that goes over it. Look at the little gingerbread. So this is from, let's see if we can see that, Janie and Jack. So it's this, and then like this goes over. It's so cute. I love this thing. It has been listed 127 days. However, yesterday I just relisted it. And I got a $20 offer today on Poshmark, which I accepted, so I made $16. Now really quick, I'll go over these toys that my parents found. Basically, it's similar to that Lisa Frank thing. These are toys that I guess they were unopened by my brothers, so I'm selling them for my parents to help them get a little bit of money. This first one was so hard to find a box for. This one was listed for 6 days and sold for my full asking price of $30. I don't even know what this is. Electronic snap circuits. So that sold. So my parents make $24.62 for this one, and this one sold on eBay. And this one sold on Mercari, was listed 8 days. I got a $27 offer, so they make $23.31. So this is a Nerf glow in the dark Firefly Rev 8, whatever that means. And because that one sold on Mercari, that one is going to UPS. I just sold this cardigan sweater on Poshmark, so you can see it's like a short sleeve. I mean, this is an extra small, so it's very oversized. It's got this big hood. This is from Free People. This was something I had paid up for at Goodwill. I had paid $10.99 for it, but with the style and season and fabric content, this is a cotton linen blend. I felt like it would move quickly. It was listed 15 days. I got a $28 offer today, which I could have probably held out for more. However, I just want to get things moving. I don't want to hold on to things forever, so I wound up making $11.41. I have 2 sales. Okay, this first one sold on Poshmark. So this wasn't a really big sale. I had actually, when I sourced these, gone back and forth on whether or not I wanted to source them. So it is a pair of like cropped, more like hiking pants. This is from Mountain Hardwear. They're a women's size large, and they are a crop. They got like a ventilation. They are a nice pair of pants, but I think with Mountain Hardwear, like jackets sell better. I did get these on sale at Goodwill for $3. They were listed 62 days and they haven't gotten any attention. So when I got a $13 offer yesterday on Poshmark, I accepted. So I wound up making $7.05. My battery's dying. Great. Okay, this other one, I kind of expected to sell before Halloween. So when I didn't and I got a $20 offer, I was happy. I had sourced this for $2 at the Goodwill $2 sale. It's been 103 days. I'm gonna say because I think it's an extra small. That might have been what kept it from selling, but it is a really well made. It's giving very Wednesday Adam vibes. It's like a fit and flare. It's got the little collar It's really well made. Like I said, I'm not familiar with this brand, but they have their own, like, you can tell it's well made when the pull zipper has like branding on it and stuff. Even there's like little buttons here that say Gypsy Warrior. Really well made. So I'm excited to get it moving. With the $20 offer, I wound up making $14.23, which at a $2 sale, I am a lot more experimental when it comes to picking up different types of dresses. So this next sale was a really quick sale, and it's a category that I usually don't pick up, but I picked this up for style aesthetics and it wound up selling on Depop. So I just sold a women's blouse from Brooks Brothers on Depop, which just doesn't sound like it goes together, but I will show you the blouse and I'm going to assume I know why. This is a black 100% silk top from Brooks Brothers. I feel like this black like style sells really well on Depop, and I always have luck with things that are 100% silk. I did call this Brooks Brother 100% silk black long sleeve blouse, size 8, classic minimalist luxury. I feel like this does fall into a very specific style. Again, I always have good luck with 100% silk. The name Brooks Brothers behind it definitely elevates it. I had sourced this at Goodwill for $4.99. It was listed 13 days. And you know, I've been getting so many offers on Depop and accepting them all, and basically none of them ever come through, but this one did. So someone had offered me $22, so I did accept that. And after 13 days, I made a profit of $13.80. So this sold in less than an hour. I just listed it today for my parents. It's another Nerf item. I don't know, it's the Maverick Rev 6. Again, from that closet, they found this. I listed it for $24.99, which there were a couple sold, and $24.99 was the highest I had seen in the solds. And like I said, it sold in less than an hour, and they make $19.28 on this one. I think I have like 2 more Nerf things to list. I feel like I have 3 left that I've already listed. I don't know, a lot of Nerf. I made a sale from the buyout I did about a month ago now, I guess. And this is another Dallas Cowboys jersey. I don't know if I'm out of these now. This one I literally thought was fake. It was so weird. Like I told Scott, I don't believe this is, it's got this like peeling back situation. It just like feels like bizarre, but based on everything we've looked up, this is just the style of this specific one. And I don't know who Lee is, but Lee sold. And this actually sold on eBay for my full asking price of $21.95. It was listed 14 days. My average cost of goods for each item from this buyout was $1.54. So I made a profit of $16.23. So I have a sale that came through on Etsy overnight, and this is the first item from, it's almost like an estate. So my mother-in-law was one of the beneficiaries, I guess, of one of her older neighbors who had passed not long ago. And she's basically been going through her house, clearing it out. She wasn't necessarily a hoarder, but she definitely wasn't taking care of things. And there was just so much stuff. She's been bringing a lot of it here, and I've been doing my best, trying to bring some stuff back to life, clean it up, and see like what can go on and have a new life. I haven't gotten much stuff up. A lot of it either is not salvageable, it's not post online worthy, so it'll probably go like in our yard sale pile. Scott's gonna list more of like the breakable items on Facebook Marketplace, but I did sell a clothing item. And what's the funniest part of this is I actually bought this exact same top in snake print like a month ago from the thrift shop to resell. So this is a older Sag Harbor tag. This is a size medium. It's got shoulder pads, and it is just this brown velvet tiger shirt. So it was listed for 15 days, and it sold for my full asking price on Etsy of $15. I didn't expect much from it, so I made a profit of $9.60. Here's a quick little sale. It came through really quickly. Only took 14 days to sell. This is something that I got in like a big lot of, like, it was a bag of clothes I got for free on Marketplace. I didn't think the brand had much value. I more so listed this because of the graphic and like the novelty print of it. And it's something that's selling a lot right now for me, and it's pajamas. And actually it is only a pair of pajama pants. The brand, I don't even know this. I don't think it's anything special. Sleep & Co. And they are little French bulldogs. They're so cute. So it's this light blue pair of kind of like a wider leg French bulldog print pajama pants. I only had listed them for $10, and today I got an $8 offer on eBay, which I accepted, so I moved $5.86, and these were pretty easy to list. Let's talk about 2 sales that came through yesterday. This first one, Scott bought a pair of shoes, and didn't like them. And he bought from an eBay seller who like appeared to be a US based seller, but apparently they were in China. It was, I said, it was going to cost so much to return. And yeah, so I was like, I'm just gonna list them. We're not going to make money on them, but we're just going to get some of our money back. So it's a pair of these rain boots. They are not branded rain boots. They're just a men's size 10 rain boot. These sold the day I listed them on Depop. Scott had paid $31.75 for them. I was not expecting to get that. I just wanted to like sell them fast. So I listed them for $28, and then I got a $20 offer within like 2 hours on Depop, and I was like, yes, just take them. So we wound up making a lot of the money back, but we still were in the negative $15, but that's better than being stuck with boots that don't fit him. Next, an Etsy sale, and this is my first experience with Etsy, making a sale and being charged an off-site ad. So I didn't realize this, but like sometimes your items will get put in like ads off-site, and that's how you bring a lot of traction in, which makes sense because this one item was getting so many views, like more views than anything I had in my store. So it did wind up selling for my full asking price. This is one of my favorite holiday finds. Sold really fast. So this tag is a vintage 80s Talbot's tag. This is a 100% lamb's wool angel cardigan, and it has an angel on the back. It's like that speckled knit where it's like all the let's see if the lighting, if this is, can you see the speckles of the different colors? Can't tell if it's coming up. It is so beautiful. I was beyond excited when I found this because I had sold a very similar, more fall themed cardigan, and I priced it exactly the same as that cardigan, and it sold for the exact same amount, $39.99. It was listed 10 days. It was only $4.99 at my local thrift shop. I was so excited. I didn't know if they were gonna like price up like this kind of stuff, but they didn't. So I said it sold for my full asking price. So like the offsite ad is like an additional fee on top of like the regular stuff. And that offsite ad was $6.93. So it sold fast and sold for my full asking price. But yeah, I still got like this $7 fee, which it's not gonna prevent me from listing on Etsy because I really do enjoy listing on Etsy. This was just my first time having one of these fees charged. Like I said, like it sold in 10 days, so I can't complain. So I wound up with a profit of $23.35. I have two last orders that I packaged last night to go over for the week before we do totals. The first was something I usually don't pick up. This had been listed to under 14 days, and this was a like light tan and polka dotted blazer from Banana Republic. It was a women's size 10. I had gotten this off the half price rack in the spring, like right after I started reselling from a local thrift shop for $3.49. This is not something I would have bought today. I actually was so surprised it sold because my Vendoo wound up making the sale. Someone liked it on my Poshmark, and my Vendoo sent them a 10% off offer for $19. Which was accepted. So I wound up making $11.71 on that blazer. Okay, next was a pair of Old Navy jeans, and these were new with tags. I had got them at the Goodwill $2 sale, and they were a size 12 flare. I was so excited to find them. However, it turned out they were in the wrong section of the store and they were a girl's size. And I realized, I don't know why I didn't realize, but they did have like the adjustable waist pieces inside, and that's exactly when I was like, oh God, these are like kids pants. I don't know what the market for buying girls Old Navy jeans online, but like technically they were new with tags, so I didn't really know what I was gonna get from them. So these had actually been listed 132 days. Somebody watched them on eBay, and I sent them an offer for $15.99, which they did accept. So I went up with a profit of $10.38 on those. So I actually did luck out. Let's go over totals for the week. I had a total this week of 28 sales for a sales total of $760.53. And of that, the profit is $404.56. So to calculate profit, I use the sales price minus the original cost of goods, any fees and postage that I've been charged, and that's how I get that number. So of the 28 sales, 7 were on Poshmark, 13 were on eBay, 3 were Mercari, 2 were Depop, 1 was Curtsy, and 2 was Etsy. So I actually had sales on all 6 platforms this past week. So for the month of November right now, my sales are $2,230.72 with a profit of $1,224.13. And totals for the year. I started mid-February, and my sales totals come out to $19,606.75 with a profit of $11,537.29. It was a pretty good week. I am hoping for another good week. However, consistency has not been great this past couple weeks, and this coming week is Thanksgiving week, and somebody has no school all week, so we will see how much work I can actually get done. Who doesn't have school?
Me.
Exactly. So we'll see how much work gets done. And that's it for this. Bye. See you next week.
Bye bye.